What's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? I hope this message reaches you in good energy. I hope you and your loved ones are in good health. I wanted to talk today about success, and not just merely success, but the path and the journey to success. So let's get into it. Quote of the day: wouldn't it be great if success was linear? Unfortunately, success is not always a straight line. The Catalyst. Song of the day: Tremors by Sean. So, this quote is near and dear to me. It's one of my favorite quotes because it came about when I was at a moment in my life where things were out of control. And when I say out of control, I don't mean that necessarily in a negative way. I did have some ups in that. I did have some successes in that. And I don't want to sound like it was just a pure negative time in my life, because it wasn't. There were some good things that happened. There were some awful things that happened. There were some things that I had built up and gained that I lost. And at the end of the journey, or at least I should say when I came to a new arc or a new beginning, so to speak, in my journey, I realized that, success isn't linear. And by linear, I mean a straight line or a straight path. Success is all over the place. The journey to success is crazy. It's crazy. I mean, that's not with everything, right? Everything is not going to be the same. Every journey to success isn't going to be relatable to your past one. Some of them will be straight lines, meaning you go from A to B to C to D, bam, you're at the goal. And some of them won't. And I wish that I had someone to prepare me for that early on in life. I would have been able to absorb and handle a lot of my struggles better if I would have known that just because I'm taking a step backwards doesn't mean I'm not on the right path to my goal. And that's the most important thing about this quote here and this topic, is that people and groups will take a step back. You'll lose momentum. You'll have to start over. You'll have to reroute. And immediately it feels like you're losing. It feels like you're in decline. Anybody in the business world knows that there's ups and downs in every genre, in every field of business out there. There's going to be times when you're up. There's going to be times when you're down. And the important thing is to not lose faith. It's to have mentors. It's to have things in place to let us know that just because we might have taken a step back right now doesn't mean that we're further away from our goal. The best analogy I give people is when it comes to physical directions, when it comes to physically trying to get somewhere. Let's say that we're leaving our village and we're on our way to an ally's village. We're going our path, we're going straight, and then all of a sudden we come to a bridge that we've crossed millions of times before, and now this bridge is down. So now we have to go back down from where we were at and go all the way around. See, that could look like unsuccessfulness. That could look like loss. That could look like being indecisive. That can look like a being going backwards or detraction or subtraction, when in reality, we're actually getting closer to our goal by going around. Another analogy that I always use is in the book, in the Bible, in the beginning, when Moses was taking the people to the promised land. If you actually do the geographical locations of it, there was a shorter path to the promised land than that they took in the wilderness. They went around. And the thing is, they weren't ready to get into the promised land at that time. So that's another thing that you have to understand. It might be taking you a long time to get to your goals. It might be taking you quite some time to get to the things that you want to accomplish. But getting them now versus getting them later, it might be that you're not ready for that. That there's still some maturing that you need to do. There's still some intelligence. There's still some research. There's still some knowledge that needs to be bestowed upon you. There's still some skills that need to be sharpened, gained. Understand that success is always a straight line. It's not always linear. I mean, you can go up, down, side to side, backwards, under, forward. It's crazy how many different steps are involved in success. And of course, hindsight is 2020. We look back and you're like, you could have done this better, you could have done that better. We'll do a video on hindsight another day. But just understand that just because you have to take a few steps back doesn't mean that you're not still being successful, that you're not still on the path to obtaining your goals. Sometimes a great leap forward first requires that you take a few steps back. And I hope that helps somebody out there. So I need you guys to take care of yourselves. Please, please, please be kind to one another. Keep me in your prayers. I'll forever keep you in mind. Endure, believe, rise.